Hello everybody, and welcome back to Oakbridge. Right, I think we should be looking at any contracts that we can get done. Vintage ways. In fact, there was more mowing. Yes, this one. Now to do that, we're going to need... Well, we've got the scythe that we can use, but because it's bigger than the last field, I'm thinking of leasing out some equipment to do it. Well, there's a ride-on mower that's old. Oh, I wonder... I don't think there was anything in. You wouldn't put anything in there. It's too random a place, isn't it? Isn't it? Nah. That'll get us up to... What do we have in the sales? Oh, if only it was modern day, we'd be laughing. What's this? The recycling centre. Of course. Maybe, just maybe, there's something else. A wheelbarrow? No. Hose pipe? No. Armchair? No. I might come back and get that. Old tyre? No. And a bit sort of swing and a miss at things there, wasn't there? Part of a cone. Although actually, that could be something, couldn't it? Like an old vintage hanging rail. And that might change everything then, because what if we need something to transport goods with? A ride-on mower, however, should, if we bought it, then we would have a little business to get started with, wouldn't we? And to be honest, I don't think there's any other I don't think there's any other mowers. There's not any other options that are vintage, really, pre-2000. Other than that, actually, that's quite big. That's quite expensive. What does that go to? Oh, it's only 1,400 quid. Runs at 11 mile an hour. £75 to lease. Should we lease it? We need some feed for the chickens as well, because we're going to put the chickens in today. Let's... we can get it up to 12 horsepower, which... we can pin in 3-point. I mean, the price goes up, but at 12 horsepower... is there much more you can do for 12 horsepower? There's no windrowers or anything, is there? 20 horsepower, that's possibly the nearest you've got to a vintage style. Or that I've or not downloaded. 35 horses for that. It looks new, but obviously that's the same style that they've had for 60-70 years. Let's lease it. We'll need that. That's 1.5 metres, so that's bigger. We'll give it a test out. It's not going to be any quicker, so that doesn't matter. They really don't matter. Unless we were buying it. Does it need a pin? We're going to drive it down there. We're going to need... do I want to drive that all the way down there? It's going to take a while, isn't it? Or do I get... I don't know if there's a trailer that I've got that could fit it, to be honest. £75. And that means we can lease. There's a modded version of the ape. These are very old. But you can put a hitch on it, so we'll lease that. Oh, maybe we should have bought that actually. That was £300 we probably could have saved, because that would be quite handy. Too late now. Now it's got a back on it. What about trailers? Yes. Is that gonna be too big? I guess if we lease it we'll find out. I'm not paying £0. That's what we want. Cheap as chips. And we'll need animals. Liftables, because we're going to be able to pick it up. Wait, £1,500. Two. I'll just get one for now. maybe I'm gonna need something to feed the chickens. That's what we need. A bouquet. We'll buy that. Don't know how that's going to work, does it? But it does. Oh, that's the furthest that'll go. It's essentially a motorbike, isn't it? If you give me a hand lifting this in the back of the Piaggio, the ape. And the bucket, the bouquet. Slide that right up. And then now, if I remember rightly, that's pick-upable. I think I use this maybe on Heilig Petrus. In fact, is the whole thing pick-upable? No. Oh yes! For the bigger jobs. I mean, if this works. Yes. It's the tray, isn't it? Oh yes. Could have our own little business set up straight away. Strap that down. The trailers. Wait, but those wheels make it look a bit bigger, but then you have got these are motorbike wheels, so moped wheels. I better save this because I've been having some issues. Right, we're going back. The way that it's back into the hamlet where that job was, I think. Yes, maybe picking up one of these would be quite handy actually. This modded version has got bigger engine power as well. Mind you, what was this? 5.5 grand? 6 grand with the trailer, tow bar. Bit more because you want more power. Trailer was 3.5. And then 2.5 for this thing. So if we 10 grand would be very tight. Although we're getting 1,200 quid for doing. We're getting 1,200 quid before for the contract, aren't we? So that's not bad, eh? Yeah, definitely need a bit more oomph in it. I'll see you down there. This might take a while. Downhill is not a problem. Stopping is. That was our. Sounds horrible. That's where we're going. Hey, you know what? Stop! Brakes aren't great on this, but it's cheap. That should get that off. Let's take a little photo. Might be me. Let's turn the engine off. Look at that. I actually looked at buying one of them not so long ago. True story. Right. What time is it? If we can get started for half 1. If we can put lines on, because the trouble with the reason why I was thinking of this, keep doing that, is yes, it does say that we can activate an AI worker, which not only means GPS really, not that you want to be using GPS, but so I'm going to shut that gate anyway. That's right on the edge of here, isn't it? Yeah. Down. There we go. Oh, yes. Not only GPS, but we can take on mowing contracts and get a member of staff to do it, maybe. Again, I'd have to work out the prices on that, because I have to work out the prices because I'm not overly sure that it's financially viable that we're doing £1,200 contracts. Arrange them. The £1,200 contracts. It's about £600 an hour for a worker, so that probably wouldn't work. But if it was our own land, we could be off doing contracts and getting them doing stuff on our land. Now on first impressions, I'm liking this. If I went the other way now, could that sort of look like a road? Hello. I've never thought of doing it like that. %, already. Bit of a struggle on that steep bit, but I'm tempted, you know. We could have ourselves a little lawn mowing business, pretty much with the money that we've got. Very little capital to start on. Have a look at what GPS is like with this. I think we shouldn't we really? Hey, 10 metres. Don't think so, mate. You can give it a go, but not 10 metres. At 1.5 metre. Man's crazy. That's not good for a helper alarm. Let's change that. .5, 2 headlands, no offset. No field detected. Here he goes. He's not getting me outside. Intriguing! What about the way back? I mean, it doesn't. This will just disappear when the contract's done, so. Yeah, it's just not going to work like that, is it? Oh. Right, let's get some music on and get out and enjoy ourselves, shall we? Unlike the scythe, this does not look good in first person when you're going at speed, and you can't really see what you're doing. But as you can see, I've managed to get rows done. I think buying one of these is a goer. Get ourselves a little lawn mowing business on the go on the side. Well, be our main bread and butter for the meantime, won't it? So I think we'll get one of these on order. I might go a bit higher on the. I might go for the extra horsepower just because it is struggling a bit on hills, but not sure about the 3-point link just yet. I suppose we can always add that to it at a later date. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with this. It's not taken too long either. What time is it? Oh, it's literally took just over an hour. And these people aren't fussy about the headland of their lawn, field. It is a field, isn't it? Next to the church, isn't it? Yeah, just happy to have the grass mowed. And that does then add a question. Oh, we're done. It does then ask a question though of if we can do rows of field, which we should really cut pretty soon. I've just realised as well, it still cuts either way, but you can lift and lower that mower. It still cuts either way. I'm wondering if. Oh yes! I'm happy with this whole setup, to be honest. I think it's cracking. Straps go over nicely. Got ourselves a nice little business on the go there. Yeah. Get the money in. £1,200. Good earnings, that. Oh. Don't think I'll be able to turn that round here. Let's. You know what? A bit more horsepower on the Piaggio. Oh, can I swing it round? Yes! 30 zone there. Don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I think we'll the whole setup, I'm quite happy with it. Trailer's decent. I do wonder about a bigger trailer though. What the difference in weight is. Obviously, I can change the colour of the Piaggio, but we want to keep her fairly traditional. I know. I think they still make them, to be honest. In fact, the second-hand one that I was considering buying for a laugh, about the same price as this brand new. Breaking's terrible. There's got to be something in their garden, hasn't there? It's a nice house. Need any gardening doing? Any jobs? With your futuristic car. Oh yes! Trambopoline. Go and clear that for you if you want. Bird table? No. Yoink. Bit of local theft on the go. As he escapes at 8 miles an hour. Yes, maybe if I get one of these with a bit more horsepower. That extra collectible, I suppose, does out me out. Does hopefully get us a bit more oomph. Ah, the dog. Coasting here. I know there's a few collectibles around there. What's this doing out here? Should be up on its shelf. Stop. That'll do there, won't it? Where's my shed? Oh, don't tell me I didn't save it. I mustn't have. I must have forgot to save it. Okay. Well, in that case, if we've got to re-put it, I'll put the same one down. But I'm not going to put it next to that door this time, because it opening and closing the gate all the while was quite annoying. I was thinking that why can't I select anything? Interesting. I think, is that a little bit, would that be in fitting? That's just a wooden shed, isn't it? Oh, what do you mean land's not owned? Of course it is. Obviously we want to get this grass up there, but that could be quite a good spot. And that's fairly flat. That could be a good spot to put a shed, and that might be a decent shed. I think some Regima flips greenhouses might be most important for us as well. Right, let's go with this again. That was too big, weren't it? Or is it now? No, that one's fine. I didn't want to go over the edge of there, but I don't mind going. Let's get it back as far as possible. I didn't particularly want the ground terraining. Wanted it further back as well. Bit of finagling going on there, isn't there? Well, there's much room for those chickens as possible. That's better. Change the ground texture. Yeah, so it looks like you've chucked a bit of dry sand or something down, just how's that looking? Because this looked wet. I don't want to ruin that, because I did quite like the tyre marks in there. That's not too bad. And then my shelf, which was under tools. Can remember it was like it was yesterday. That'll do. You just chopped a bit out the bottom there to get that in. Just there, chopped it out to go in. I mean, you can't get neater than that, and that's adding to the structure to support how. I mean, there are metal poles there. There's poles there. There's not wooden beams, isn't there? There's wooden beams there to keep that supported. Looks a bit rickety, but it's what it is. Right. Let's get that over the side. I don't want it going all in the. That's it. Drop it there. Dee 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 dee. Oh no. Fail. Oh dear. Well, that's another fine mess you've got me into. Chickens. Let's go with a couple of. They're going to breed pretty quick. 5 will become 10, will become numbers pretty quick. We do want a rooster, because why wouldn't you? Climb over that again. And get the bucket, because I want a bit of dinner, if that will allow us. Yes, you just got to open it at an angle for now. Where's the feed spot? I think it's over here, isn't it? Yes, it is. Give them 200. I'll put it in, and then I'm going to put a marker for myself as well. I'll keep 5 chickens and a cockerel going for a wee bit, I think. Put my bucket there, nice and safe. Shoe marks in there already, that's nice. Now let's save that, because it was a bit silly, wasn't it, last time? Oh, look at the time already. And just before we go, pop that on a minute, because just there I'm gonna paint, I'm gonna chuck a handful of gravel down. Have we got a load more? Why did it do it that shape? Anywho, take that off now. So I've got, that's my viewpoint, so when I need to drop I can just look for the handful of gravel that's there and do that. That is about us out of time. On the next episode we shall probably be doing a bit more mowing, but we'll have a look at getting it done around here. We'll buy some equipment as well, shall we? And keep making some progress. What we're going to do with that I don't know, because silage would be a great idea, but that requires wrappers, and there's no old wrappers. These actually did exist, I think, late 90s, maybe earlier, but they didn't look like that. So I don't know how I'm going to go about that. We can't wrap. The only other thing is a silo clamp. Have I got any interesting clamps? I'll have to have a look. I'll have a look in the mod hub. Now for vintage farming that looks great, however that's way too big. We might have to look at hay then to start off with, but either way we need to get a cut out of this. And we're going to go, I think I'm just going to buy this whole setup. Just maybe colour code it differently with a bit more horsepower. Until the next time, thank you so much for watching, and bye bye for now. Thank you.